Well, the Mariners jump back into their own division tonight as the attraction is not only the ball game, but, of course, the slide. The bobbleheads being given away here tonight. Some 40,000 fans expected for this. And there is Ichiro, and there is Matsui. And when those two get together, it usually means a large contingent of Japanese media. And there are a lot of Japanese media here tonight. Quickly, let's look at the Angel lineup, Mike.
For Mike Scioscia and the Angels tonight, leading things off, it'll be Ibar, then Abreu. Corey Hunter, the center fielder, he hits third. Then it's Morales, Matsui, Rivera, Kendrick, Wood, and Buddy the catcher hits ninth. And the numbers for Felix this year, last start not his best, but still having a terrific year. ERA just over 3.40 in 2/3 innings pitched, 36 strikeouts.
So here is Eric Ibar to step in, the switch hitting shortstop, and a tired group of Angels who didn't tuck themselves into bed until about 4 o'clock this morning after a long night ball game in Boston last night at Fenway Park in Boston. And the delivery is high to Ibar, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes the count. In on the grass at third is Lopez to try and take away the bunt from Ibar. 60 degrees at game time. 1-1. The sun greeted them by the time they got to the hotel this morning after a loss to the Boston Red Sox. And that is a little bit low and outside. Lance Barksdale is the man calling balls and strikes. Mike Scioscia and his lieutenants. They're on the top step of the dugout. The first of 19 between these two ball clubs. And that's down low. And inside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to count. Bobby Abreu's on deck. And that did not come back over the inside corner. So leadoff base on balls. Not a real good indicator for a great night, but double play, you get out of it anyway. Let's look at the defense.
Ryan Felix tonight will be Michael Saunders getting to start out in left field. Gutierrez and Ichiro, the rest of the outfielders, Lopez, Wilson, Biggins, and Kotzman across the infield. And Rob Johnson does the catching tonight.
And here's Bobby Abreu, a .350 hitter against Felix Hernandez. Out of whack right now. 0-1.
Good idea to keep an eye on Ibar. The Angels like to run. They always do. 21 stolen bases for them this year.
Alfredo Griffin coaching over at first base. Yelling back. Ibar has stolen 3. He's been caught 3 times. One and 1. The Angels started out this 10-game road trip in Detroit, was swept there, 3, and then 4 in Boston. And a line drive base hit to right field. So the Angels now runners at first and second with nobody out.
Take a look to see what the location of this fastball is, up right in the middle of the plate. So Felix right now not real sharp to start the game. Typically when things are going well for him, he has the ball down in the zone with good movement, but he's struggling here in the first.
Here's Torrey Hunter, who just killed the Mariners last year. He had more RBIs against the Mariners than against any other club. He had 16 RBIs against Seattle. And hitting .286, a tough band to double up. Josh Wilson again at shortstop. Jack Wilson still with that tender muscle behind his knee. Now the lineup for the second consecutive night. Torrey Hunter puts it back into the stands. Anaheim Stadium, the home of this year's All-Star game in July. And that's too low. 1-1. Yankees clobbered Boston at Fenway to snap the Red Sox winning streak 10-3 tonight.
Josh Beckett took it on the chin in that one.
And at the knees. And it's too low.
Not unusual for pitchers to struggle to start a game, especially I think the top pitchers. They usually try to get a feel for it in the first or second inning. That's why people talk about it all the time. Offensively, you're going to get them. You have to get them early, so hopefully Felix can get this on track in a hurry.
And that's just barely inside. Man alive, I thought that had a good piece of the inside edge, but according to our tracer, it didn't.
Good 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Chief Socha turns him loose here with nobody out. 3-2 pitch. They stay, and it's line foul down the right field line.
And Felix going after him with his best fastball. The last pitch, 96 miles an hour.
Felix has had his difficulty against the Angels. He's under 500 against them, 4-5 in his career. 3-3 right here at Safeco Field. Thinking they might be going this time. Turns around. And he lost him, and the Sacks are full down with red shirts with nobody out.
And Felix was not happy about that last pitch not being called a strike on the tracer. It looked like a perfect pitch. So Rob Johnson's going to go out to the mound and calm him down a little bit as he was pacing around the mound.
Well, that tells you one thing. You're going to have to bring the pitch up. And once you start bringing it up, you have a tendency, if you're not going to get the perfect pitch, and that was a perfect pitch, you bring it up perhaps a little bit too much, and that's when you get hurt.
I think at this point he needs to stay right there and see if he can get Lance Barksdale, the home plate umpire, to move the strike zone down at the bottom of the knees.
Well, here's Kendry Morales now. Kendry with 18 home runs leading the club. A .357 hitter against Felix. I say home runs, about 18 RBIs. He has half a dozen home runs.
Morales with 34 home runs last year. He was going right at him with a couple of good fastballs, both of them at 95 miles an hour.
And that's down low. You may have seen the commercial that these two do concerning the baseball video game where they're seated in the dugout, each talking dirt to one or the other, what they're going to do against them once they face each other. Well, this is for real. And in a big spot here in the first inning with nobody out. High and outside. Ball 3-2.
Nobody out in the first, and Felix has thrown 20 pitches in the inning. 8 strikes, 12 balls.
And a fly ball into deep left center field. Way back out there. That ball's going to be taking bounce off the wall. And it's also going to get in 2. Will it be 3? It will be 3. And down to third base as the throw gets away goes Kendry Morales, and it's 3-0 Angels. A deep drive off the base of the wall in left center field. They're going to give Josh Wilson an error on the throw, the cutoff man. They're going to give Kendry Morales a double and 3 RBIs.
It's a tough error for Josh Wilson. It looks like he makes a pretty good throw, but then Hunter, as he's coming around, it looked to me like he kicked the ball as he was going by. Right off his knee.
There's a strike to Hideki Matsui. Mighty cut. Another look at the play at the plate.
Goes right off of Torrey Hunter's left knee. Boy.
The Angels scored 4 in the first inning last night at Fenway and lost. Well, I'll tell you, Barksdale's got a postage stamp strike zone. Although that was a little bit inside. That will be out of play. Felix has thrown 26 pitches without an out.
That might be a first.
And a ground ball right to Kotsman. He knocks it down and runs it to the bag. Morales has to hold over at third base.
Take a look at Torrey Hunter coming in. He's outside, and watch him come back to the inside as soon as he sees Rob Johnson move. He can't see where the ball is going. He went back inside because he saw Rob Johnson moving outside to catch the ball and ended up hitting him right on the knee.
Well, here's Rivera. The infield is still up. And a fly ball to right field, and Ichiro there to make the grab. Here comes Morales. Here comes the throw. It's on the money, and safe at the plate is Kendry Morales. Sacrifice fly.
Looks like Ichiro gets behind it. Pretty good shape. A good throw. I'm not sure that Rob Johnson was able to hold on to it. Couldn't put the tag on him. Ball came up on Rob. Did a pretty good job of holding on to it, but he couldn't get a grip quick enough to put a tag back down. Morales slides to the inside again and is safe.
So it's 4-0, and here's Howie Kendrick now. And Kendrick takes inside. So far, 31 pitch inning for him. Two. And Ichiro will take care of this one. But Christmas has come early for Jared Weaver because he's got 4 big ones in the bank before he ever goes out to the mound to pitch for the Angels tonight. The Angels 4 and the Mariners coming up.
Thank you, Angie. And for the Mariners tonight, leading things off, it'll be Ichiro. Then it's Biggins, Kochman, Gutierrez, Griffey, Lopez, Josh Wilson, the shortstop, hits 7th. Rob Johnson will hit 8th. And then Michael Saunders getting the start. He's going to hit 9th. Jared Weaver, he has been probably the #1 pitcher for the Angels so far this year. ERA just over 3, 40 strikeouts in 36 innings pitched.
And his first pitch of the night to Ichiro is in and over for a strike. 4 in the first inning for the Angels. The Mariners haven't scored in the first inning in their last 13 games. There's a shot right off of Weaver. It got him, but he picks it up and throws him out. Good hustle by Weaver.
And that's the way things have been going. That ball, it's tough to hit it much harder than that. It's a bullet right back up the middle.
Went off his hip.
I thought it was maybe his thigh. It went off his thigh, but he stays with it. Fortunately for him, a lot of times when you hit a ball that hard, it'll ricochet further away. But you take another look at it, breaking ball right in the middle of the plate, off his wrist. Oh, fine play by Weaver. Let's take a look at the rest of the defense. It's Rivera, Hunter, and Abreu in the outfield. On the left side, it's Wood and Ibar. Over on the right side, Kendrick and Morales. And Ryan Buddy does the catching tonight.
Here's the ex-Angel, Sean Figgins. And that right down the middle. 88-mile-an-hour pitch. And that's down the middle, too. That's off his foot. Foul ball. 1-2.
Weaver is not overpowering. His fastball will be around 90 miles an hour, 91. Big breaking ball, good changeup. We'll mix it up. Will not throw you a fastball just because you get ahead of him in the count. He has confidence in his pitches to throw him anytime.
Check to swing. And the appeal denied down at third base. So it's 2-2 on Sean Figgins. Weaver 8-3 against the Mariners in his career. Full count now.
Wind is blowing in from left field tonight. Starting to freshen up a little bit, too.
You call it freshen up.
Cold.
Yeah. Yeah. Full count. Figgy works in for a base on balls. And here comes Casey Kotzman, who's really been struggling. Only one hit in his last 23 at-bats, 3 for his last 34. But he's not been the only culprit. Just about everybody's been struggling. Strike. You know Figgy would like to put on a show tonight. Extra motivation playing against your old team, without a doubt. And that's going to be well back into the stands. Tomorrow night, Doug Fister will get the start. Game time an hour earlier at 6:10 instead of 7:10. Here's Mr. Pfister on your left.
Matched up against Joe Saunders. Saunders has struggled this year. ERA over 7.
He always pitches well against the Mariners, though.
Seems like it, doesn't it?
Went after bad ball up around his shoulders, so he strikes out. 2 away.
He just throws a high fastball up out of the zone. Casey cannot catch up with it. Looks really high up around the letters.
Franklin Gutierrez is the one bat in the lineup that has been consistent. And about the only bat in the lineup that has been consistent.
Difference with Franklin is you can really see him grinding out his at-bats. He's not giving any of them away, taking it for granted at all. We'll see him foul off a bunch of pitches, good pitchers' pitches, until he finally gets something he can handle. Take a look at the league averages and see how many pitches he sees per at-bat. It's not because he's standing up there. He's turning it loose.
Fly that time, came up empty, 1 ball and 1 strike.
There you go. League average under 4. He's well over it. Really works hard.
Outside. Turn 1. I think he's not been able to get a real good lead over there. With 2 out, not expecting to try and swipe one here.
Well, it looked like the last pitch he started to go and had to stop because Weaver held the ball. His timing was off.
He's going to draw another throw. Young catcher Ryan Buddy is the man behind the plate tonight. Not the #1 catcher. Mike Napoli's the #1 catcher. Out of play. Just joined us. The Angels with 4 in the first. Bases loaded, clearing double by Kendry Morales and a sacrifice fly by Juan Rivera. And there he goes. It pitches down low, but he's thrown to second, not in time. Number 8.
Take a look at Dickens, gets a good jump, but he comes up throwing the wrong side of the bag. I don't think they would have had him anyways. He had a nice jump. Stole that easily.
Big gap out there in left center. Torrey Hunter shade over into right center. And that's going to come back off to the right now to play.
See the speeds, the last couple of breaking balls to him. Starting off, nothing but fastballs.
Gutierrez fouls it back again, giving himself quite a battle against Mr. Weaver.
Well, again, this next pitch, the 8th pitch to Gutierrez. You can see where they're throwing. Everything's away from him for the most part. And borderline pitches that Franklin is spoiling. Hasn't had one in the middle of the plate yet.
And this next pitch means we'll have seen 54 pitches in the first inning. And a move to second base. And he's going to third. The pitch is fouled away. So Figgy feeling his oats.
Well, you said it. Wants to have a nice night against his former team.
Junior's on deck. And a high pop-up this time. And Bobby Abreu is going to get there to make the catch. So Jared Weaver wins that 9-pitch at bat by Franklin Gutierrez, and the Mariners are denied here at the bottom of the first. The third baseman, a new third baseman for the Angels. Brandon Wood and then Ryan Buddy, the catcher. And back to the top of the order, Eric Ibar. Buddy's only had 3 at-bats as a hit. One and one.
Well, I think it goes without saying after Felix's first inning, he can use probably 2 or 3 quick ones. Throw a lot of pitches in the first.
He's just not sharp right now either.
I don't think so. Typically when he struggles, it's because he can't get the ball down. That's when he's so effective. A lot of pitches are up in this game.
And that's right at Gutierrez. So 1-1. Ryan Buddy, the catcher, the hitter now. The Mariners are usually the club that flies the most miles, but the Angels this year will fly the most miles in Major League Baseball. Over 50,000. 50,509. The White Sox fly the fewest. 22,832.
The Angels can have it.
You got it. Happy to pass it along. Yeah. I bet you they don't have the Mariners by more than a couple of thousand miles.
Probably.
If that.
The White Sox less than half, huh?
Yeah. 22,000. Fastball. So Buddy's down on strikes. Strikeout number 1 for Felix. And Ibar, who walked to start the ball game, will be the hitter. Tomorrow now, Franklin Gutierrez poster night. All you kids 14 and under taking home a poster of the Mariners center fielder thanks to Pepsi. Plus you'll see the Mariners and the Angels square off tomorrow night. Get your tickets to Franklin Gutierrez poster night at Mariners.com. Well out of play.
.44 pitches for Felix.
Two and two. Good count. Texas winner tonight. Knocking off Kansas City 4-1. Red hot Tampa Bay in Oakland. We'll score down there in the third. Josh has got it. So Wilson throws out Ibar. 1-2-3 here in the second. For the Halos, we go to the bottom of the second with Junior Lopez and Wilson. Due up 4-0. Field as Junior will lead it off here in the second inning for the Mariners against Jared Weaver. The Angels taking advantage of the wildness of Felix in the first inning, getting all 4 of their runs. Too high, ball 1 ball, no strikes. Can't tell anything about batting practice, but I'll tell you tonight, Junior was peppering ball after ball off that hit it here Cafe.
He turned it loose on that pitch. Fastball up out over the plate.
Change that time. Wow. 71 miles an hour. Held up, I think. Yes, he did.
Weaver throw that high fastball when he gets a couple of strikes. A couple of different times he struck out Casey Kochman on that pitch.
Take care of that. Way Lopez now the hitter. This Sunday, we're going to come out here and celebrate Mother's Day. The first 10,000 women receiving a Mother's Day magnetic photo frame. Perfect for your favorite picture from the ballpark. For tickets, you can see the Mariners host the Angels on Sunday. Visit Mariners.com. Everybody's kind of waiting in, and it's around the corner. Lopez is going to go into a long ball tear. He's just too good a hit.
Well, you would think so, and like you mentioned, everybody waiting on Lopez. Maybe a good night for him to get started on that. He's a .316 hitter against Weaver for his career. Just to switch things up a little bit. He's going with the high pants today. He's got a lot of sock.
And he's hit a couple of home runs off of it. Jays been playing some good baseball. They've won 5 in a row. And they're in extra innings now with the White Sox tonight. 4-4 in the 11th. Routine pop up too. Brady, no problem with that. So with 2 down, Josh Wilson will be there. Josh filling in for Jack. Has that sore muscle behind his knee. The other night running to first base.
Good fastballs for Josh to hit. Calling them both straight back. You can see he's topping out at 94 miles an hour. Curveball at 71.
And right to the ball girl.
Nice catch.
Broke his back. Strikes on Josh. But he has that go off his glove.
Although Weaver has had an easier time than Felix of it. He's not real sharp either. 37 pitches. This will be 38 for him here in the second.
And 38 results in a strikeout of Josh Wilson. So 1-2-3 to start for the Mariners here in the second. To the third, 4-0 Angels. Indeed, congratulations to Jamie Moore. That's absolutely amazing. He may pitch next year.
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised, would you?
No. Here's Abreu. Taking a strike at the knees. Two.
Yeah, no surprise in that shutout. Plenty of run support. That's a good pitch again. Phillies can put some crooked numbers up on the board, can't they? You a Chase Utley fan? You like Chase Utley the way he plays?
Love him.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I love him. Saw where Dustin Ackley, the Mariners' #1 draft choice from last year, who's really gotten off to a really slow start, starting to really hit the ball now. 3-2 to count. I think a lot of people forget the transition from metal to wood. At least for some guys, it's a big, big transition.
Well, it is a big transition, and the other thing is you play every day, and that's something you have to get used to. You go through a stretch where you're not feeling good about your swing, those at-bats will pile up on you in a hurry. You get the 2 or 3 days off to think about it and work on it. And be right back out there the next night.
Abreu, a fly ball to deep right field, and that'll be taken care of out there. Just about straightaway center field, a little bit to the right of straightaway center field.
Well, I don't think there's any reason to boycott the garlic fries. Gutierrez fans, why not? Done a nice job.
Here's Torrey. Torrey Hunter walked to load the bases in the first inning. Jumping out of his shoes with that high heat. He's got a chance to take care of his buddy, and he does. He throws him out. Okay, time now for our AT&T trivia question. Here it is. How many pitchers have exceeded 25 wins in a season since 1968? That was the year that the last 30 game winner was A0, B1, C2, D3, 3 plus. And text ABC D to 95323. How many pitchers have exceeded 25 wins in a season since? That's a long time ago. I think Steve Carlton did.
Yeah, that's right.
Strike on the inside corner to Henry Morales.
I don't have any idea. What do you think?
I don't think there have been that many. Carlton's the only one I can think of. I'm going to say 2.
2. I like it.
I think the other one might be, though. 1-2 pitch. A swing and a miss, and down goes Kendra Morales. The ball dropped, but no problem at all as Johnson just tags him going down the line at first base. Second strikeout now for Felix Hernandez, and we go to the bottom of the third. Still 4-0 Angels. Half of the third now with Mike Flowers, Dave Niehaus, and a 4 spot for the Angels in the top of the first. The Mariners looking for their first hit. They've had only one base runner. Sean Figgins walked in the first inning, and here's Rob Johnson on the outside corner on 1. Ball and strike. Playable. And Buddy has got that taken care of with no problem. 1 down. San Diego Padres interleague play. We're going to visit the Mariners here on Saturday, May the 22nd. The first 20,000 fans taking home a Ken Griffey Jr. retro T-shirt. A throwback to the old blue and yellow days. Purchase your tickets for the Griffey Retro T-shirt night at Mariners.com. Here's Michael Saunders, kid from Victoria, taking a strike in the inside corner at the knees. On 1 to count. Pretty good spring training. Got out to a slow start at Tacoma. Got a pretty good pitch right there.
And that's where everybody started to pitch Michael last year when he was called. I've had a tough time with it on fastball inside. A lot of times he would just take it, so it's nice to see him swing at it at least. Coming back in there again.
And he got him that time on a breaking ball. So 2 down. Ichiro hit a rocket off of Weaver. Weaver went to pick it up and throw him out in the first inning. On 1. Fly ball to left field, fairly deep, but going back to make the catch one-handed is Rivera, and an easy 3rd inning for Jared Weaver. 3 up and 3 down. He's retired 8 in a row, and after 3, it's 4-0 Angels.
score of 4-0. Hi again, everybody. Rick Riz, along with Mike Blowers, and Blow. Felix got off to that rough start in the top of the first inning, but now he's settling down.
Well, he is, and you would expect that from him, but command was definitely the issue back in the first. 34 pitches for him, giving up the 4 runs. And with the way the guys have been struggling offensively, that's not what you wanted to see. And Weaver, their best pitcher, they're up against it. But if Felix can hold things right where they're at, he'll still have a chance.
Felix Hernandez going back to work as we go to the top half of the 4th inning. Mariners looking for some offense. It has been hard to find. Hideki Matsui will lead things off here in the 4th inning, followed by Juan Rivera, then Howie Kendrick. And there's a strike, and the count is 0-1. Mike, the one thing I didn't see in the top of the first inning was that good rotation by Felix. You didn't see those numbers on his back, but then you saw it in the 2nd and the 3rd.
Well, he's there right now, and sometimes that happens. You get out of sorts a little bit coming out of the bullpen. And we talked about it many times, Rick. The good ones, if you're going to get them early, and that's exactly what happened with the Angels. They were able to take advantage of that as you look at the 64 pitches from Felix so far.
Down and in on Matsui for ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. A lot of guys really struggling on both ball clubs offensively, but for the Angels on this road trip in which they've gone 0-7. Matsui 3 for 27 now in the road trip. Down low, ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I suppose that's true, but when I look at the numbers, although they both have struggled, it's almost opposite ends of it, with the Angels pitching having an ERA over 7. And the Mariners pitching has been really good. And you're right. You know, when you look at it comparatively, the Angels, I think, are scoring about 3.5 runs on the trip a game, which is not good in the American League, but the Mariners have scored less than that. So
1.5.
Well, they're both having their issues, and they need to figure out Mike Scioscia. Obviously, everybody knows he's a quality manager in this league, and he'll get it figured out with these guys. And I think the same thing will happen for Don Wakamatsu and the Mariners.
Both these clubs want to do it in a hurry, Mike, because the American League West is just wide open.
Well, I don't think it's going anywhere. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. You just want to stay in there. You have to, and to do that, you obviously have to win some games. And so I think that's where both these clubs are at right now, trying to win a game.
The 3-2, and it's down low for ball 4. So Matsui with a leadoff walk here in the top of the 4th, and that's the 3rd walk given up by Felix Hernandez. Let's take a look at our Geico quote. How about this one from Mike Scioscia? Those guys are taking this streak hard, and that's part of the problem. We have to turn the page. Guys are starting to press because of something that happened 3 days ago.
Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yep. Mike Scioscia in his 11th year as the manager of the Angels. Those are his numbers against Seattle. Here is Juan Rivera. Check swing, and it cost him a strike, and the count is 0-1. Scioscia, last year's American League Manager of the Year. Angels have won the West 5 of the last 6 years. I was talking with Joel Pinheiro, Blow, before the ball game. He comes over to the Angels as a free agent. He said, I just heard so many good things about Mike Scioscia, and it's fun playing for the guy. Well, they ball deep to left field. Saunders going back to the warning track, looking up. Goodbye baseball to the back of the Angels bullpen. Juan Rivera with his 4th home run of the season, and the Angels move out to a 6-0 lead here in the top of the 4th.
Looks like he ends up getting a breaking ball, and for Rivera, that's 3 RBIs for him in the game. Take another look at it. Looks like a hanging breaking ball from Felix. Yep, leaves it right there, middle in. And Rivera hits every bit of it. He knew it as soon as he hit it. Goes back to the back of the bullpen.
This is Howie Kendrick, and he takes a pitch inside for ball 1. And Blow, that's what the Angels can do in the middle part of their order. They get on and they run around the bases, not quite as well as they did last year. But those guys in the middle can do some damage.
They're still up there towards the league leaders, though, with 21 stolen bases.
Well hit the other way into right field. Ichiro going back, looking up, and this one is gone. Howie Kendrick with an opposite field home run, his 2nd home run of the season. Back-to-back home runs by Rivera and Kendrick. 7-0 Angels.
I'll take a look at it. It's just a fastball right in the middle of the plate. Kendrick hit that ball a long ways out to right field. I didn't realize he had that kind of power going opposite barrel here at Safeco Field. Seen many right-handed hitters do that.
Time is called. Pitching coach Rick Adair out to the mound to have a talk with Felix, who threw 34 pitches back in the first inning, then retired 9 in a row. But the leadoff walk coming around to score after the home run by Rivera, and now another home run by Kendrick.
Yeah, and when you look at Felix right now, nobody out here in the fourth inning as Colomé will start to get loose. 72 pitches for him, 41 strikes, 31 balls, not the ratio we're used to seeing out of Felix.
Brandon Wood is the hitter. He takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. So a ton of pitches early in this ball game for Felix. He threw 96 pitches in his last start on Saturday against Texas here at home. Lost 6-3 in 4 1/3 innings. And it's 0-2 on Wood. Felix was bothered by that stiff back on Saturday against the Rangers. Swing and a miss at that sinker. Strike 3. So that is out number 1. Strikeout number 3 for Felix Hernandez, and 1 down for the Angels. Mike, here in the top half of the fourth, that had some great sink to it. And let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Here's what's coming up for the Mariners after this series with the Angels. It's on the road to Baltimore, Tampa Bay, then on to Oakland for 2. 1-0 the count on Ryan Buddy. Last time the Mariners faced the Orioles was right here at Safeco Field. They swept Baltimore in a 3-game series. Well hit down the left field line. This one is going and going. Goodbye baseball over the hand-operated scoreboard in left field. Ryan Buddy with his first home run of the season. 3rd home run for the Angels here in the top of the 4th inning. And they now lead it 8-0.
8 separate Angels have scored in the game now. This looks like a fastball in. Does not have the sink you were talking about, Rick. Just stays on basically the same plane. Drops the barrel on it. Hits a line drive out of here.
So Ryan Buddy with a home run to left field, and this is Eric Ibar. And that is the first career home run for Ryan Buddy. Number 1 in the major leagues for Buddy. 1-0 the count on Ibar. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mariners have dug themselves a huge hole early in this game. 8 runs, 5 hits for the Angels. Mariners are still looking for their first base hit off of Jared Weaver. Strike 1 and 2. For Felix, start number 7. 19-game winner last season. He was 19-5. Down and in, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He was an all-star for the first time last year. Second in the Cy Young vote to Zach Greinke.
I wouldn't be surprised, Rick, if after this inning that's it for him.
His pitch count is way up there. That's
well,
in the third.
He's at 82 pitches, but you know, for a guy that you're going to look to get you over 200 innings this year, tonight obviously has not been his night. Why push it with him? Get him out of there and try to get him back stronger on his next one. Colomé up throwing in the Mariner pen.
Only 1 out here in the 4th inning. And Ibar draws a walk. So 2 walks here in the 4th inning. 4 walks in the game for Felix Hernandez. And here comes manager Don Wakamatsu out of the dugout. You're right, Blow, and that's going to be it for Felix. He has thrown 83 pitches, and he will leave going just 3 1/3 innings tonight against the Angels. So Jesus Colomé will take over in relief, and we'll be back after this timeout. All right, Angie, thank you very much. The Angels jump out to a mighty big lead, 8-0. We're at the top of the fourth inning, 1 on and 1 away, and that's going to be it for Felix Hernandez. Mike Flowers and Jesus Colome takes over in relief.
Well, take a look at Colome so far. Just 9 innings pitched for him, 8 strikeouts, 6 walks, something he wants to work on. He has a good arm. There's no question about that. His fastball will be about 95 miles an hour.
So Colome trying to put out the fire that the Angels have started with their bats. 8 runs, 5 hits, 3 home runs for the Angels here in the top of the fourth off of Felix. Juan Rivera, 2-run home run, and then solo home runs by Howie Kendrick and Ryan Buddy, his first home run in the major leagues tonight. So Colome will take a look at Bobby Abreu in a rough night for Mr. Felix Hernandez. And that happens. No matter how good you are, it happens.
It happens.
Abreu is 1 for 2, singled, scored a run in the first inning. He's flied out to Franklin Gutierrez in center field. Ball 1 on Abreu. Colome out of San Pedro de Marquerie in the Dominican Republic. Abreu sends a high fly ball into left center field. Plenty of time for Gutierrez to get underneath it. And Franklin makes the catch for the second out of the inning. 1 on 2 down for center fielder Torrey Hunter. Torrey walked and scored in the first. He's also bounced out to Sean Figgins at second base. And Mike, just watching this guy play year after year for a long time with the Minnesota Twins, on the last couple of years with the Angels, one of the more likable guys in the league and one of the more talented guys in the league.
I think gifted, no question. And I think he's actually a better player today than he was even with the Twins when he was doing all those great things.
All the Gold Gloves and the Metrodome, and now they play at Target Field.
I think he's a better hitter. I think he's a more polished hitter today. I think he's really closed up the gap on some of the holes you can pitch to him. He can hurt you.
Mike, it seems like anytime you talk about the better defensive center fielders in the game, and now Franklin Gutierrez is starting to come in that conversation, but always Torrey Hunter is there.
Yeah, well, Torrey is all, and
that guy's fun.
You load up the trophy case with that many Gold Gloves, you're going to be there.
You're the guy. Adam Jones won the Gold Glove in center field last year with the Baltimore Orioles. There's a strike on Hunter, and the count goes to 2-1 on Torrey. Playing center field in the Metrodome wasn't that easy with that Teflon roof.
No. It did give you the opportunity as a center fielder, though, to go over the wall and steal some home runs and do some things.
We did that a few times.
Yes.
Kirby Puckett did it for years. Sure miss Kirby. Popped up and out of play on the first base side. The count is even on Hunter at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I believe they have a statue of Kirby at the new ballpark at Target Field in downtown Minneapolis.
Looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah. Kirby worked in the front office for the Twins before he passed away about 4 or 5 years ago, trying to get that new ballpark built. Down and away on Hunter for ball 3. Full count 3-2. Now they have it. On deck for the Angels is Kendry Morales. Four in the first for the Angels, 4 runs here in the fourth. Hunter, the 8th Angel, to come to the plate here in this inning. Ibar lead at first base with 2 down. He goes, and it's low and inside. Ball 4. So Colome walks his first man, and the Angels have runners at first and second with 2 outs and lead at 8-0. Say traveling this season, take the Mariners with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Mariners game live or on demand on your computer. Visit Mariners.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. 2 on, 2 outs, 8-0 Angels. And here is first baseman Kendry Morales. 1 for 2. He drove that ball to the base of the fence in left center field. Drove in 3 or 4 runs in that first inning. Sends a pop up into center field, going back is Franklin Gutierrez. Taps his glove. He's there and makes a catch, and that will retire the side. But the Halos do a lot more damage. They get 4 in the top of the 4th, and after 3.5, the Angels lead it 8-0. While ago, how many pitchers have exceeded 25 wins in a season since 1968? Now here's the response by the fans. So 1, 2, or 3 or none, and the fans said C. 2 pitchers, 43%, our highest total, and the fans were right. Steve Carlton 127 in 1972, and Bobby Welch 127 back in 1990. Way to go, folks.
With who?
With the Oakland A's.
What about Carl?
Philadelphia Phillies.
You're awesome.
And as a matter of fact, in 1972, the 27 wins represented, I think, what,
half their wins, right?
6% of their wins for the Phillies. Yeah. Sean Pickens leading off the bottom of the 4th inning with a fly ball left center field, already shaded that way. Mr. Hunter, the Gold Glover, and he makes the easy catch. Sean flies out, 1 away for the Mariners. That'll bring up Casey Kochman, another ex-Angel. Will face Jared Weaver. Mariners are still, Mike, looking for their first base hit. You and I talked about what's been going on offensively. Not much is the answer, but what you want to see and everybody wants to see is just the base hit. Just to drop in some base hits, collect a few base hits, and try to get this offense going.
Yeah, or somebody have a big night. You know, somebody come out and get 3 hits.
Rothman takes a breaking ball for a strike on 1. He chased the fastball that was up and out of the strike zone for strike 3 in the 1st inning. 1-1. Weaver kind of drifts off to that third base side.
He hides
of
the
mound.
ball. He really hides the ball with that, Rick. When you're falling off that way, especially to the right-handed hitters, that's why his breaking ball is so effective.
1-2 on Casey. And this kid has been tough. Weaver, 27 years of age. As you take a look at Casey Kochman, Casey trying to get out of a long slump. Only 1 hit in his last 24 at bats. 3 hits in his last 35. Check swing, didn't go. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. He appealed down to the third base umpire, Ron Kulpa. Weaver, the younger brother of Jeff Weaver. Sliders down and in. Ball 3. Full count, 3-2. On deck for the Mariners, center fielder Franklin Gutierrez. Here it comes. Ground ball, slow roller to the shortstop. Up with it is Ibar. Hits throw to first, and it's in time to get Kochman for the second out. So that's 10 in a row retired by Jared Weaver. 2 down, and that'll bring up center fielder Franklin Gutierrez. Jared Weaver, when he was just about ready to come up to the big leagues, Mike, in 2006, his brother Jeff just signed as a free agent. And before Jeff signed with the Angels, and before he signed with the Angels, he asked the younger brother Jared, listen, if I sign with the Angels, I'm going to maybe be taking your spot, which he ended up doing. And Jared wound up back in AAA Salt Lake City, but it wasn't long before Jared came up to the big leagues to pitch alongside his brother in 2006, and had the incredible start. He was 11-2 his rookie season.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a classy move on the older brother Jeff, saying, listen, is it okay to sign with your organization?
Well, it shows a lot of confidence in Jared for good reason.
Gutierrez, a one-hopper to the second baseman. Back into the ball is Howie Kendrick to throw to first to get Gutierrez 11 in a row, retired by Jared Weaver. We go to the top of the fifth inning. Angels lead 8-0. All right, Angie, thank you very much. We go to the top half of the fifth inning. Angels lead big 8-0. Hideki Matsui to lead it off. And he takes a strike from Jesus Colomé, 0-1 the count. Colomé on in long relief of Felix Hernandez, getting the final two outs for Felix in the top half of the fourth inning. Rough start for Felix. Strike two called, and it's 0-2 on Matsui. Had a heck of a year last year for the Yankees, and topped it off with a World Series MVP award. Hit .615 in the Fall Classic with 3 home runs and 8 runs batted in. Check swing. Did he go? He didn't. Ball 1 ball and 2 strikes. And when the Angels were in New York earlier this year, they played a little trick on him. He went to go receive his World Series ring, but Derek Jeter sent the ring that the fans got to Hideki Matsui. And he looked at it and go, really? Well, it was a nice ring, great ring for the fans, great promotion for the fans, but not quite like the one that the Yankees got. But then they awarded Hideki with the right one.
I think the real ones were a little heavier.
Just a little heavier. Real diamonds, a lot of diamonds. 2-2 the count on Matsui. Swing and a miss with a fastball up and away for strike 3, 1 out for the Angels here in the top half of the fifth inning. Mike, time to pass out some rally fries.
There they are. I like these guys. Drive through the showers. Come see Mr. Blowers for some rally fries. And the guys can use it right now. We need to get them going.
There you go. Mickey passing out the rally fries to our friends out there. Enjoy the rally first. Taylor and McKenzie from Idaho.
It was a long drive for him.
Yeah. Welcome to Seattle. Here's Juan Rivera. Takes a look at ball one. Rivera sacrifice fly, run batted into the first, 2-run home run in the 4th inning. Out of play on the first base side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mike, in a game like this, here you are in the top half of the 5th inning. You've been there many, many times. You got to reach back to keep plugging away.
Well, I think there's a lot to play for right now. Well, and obviously you want to get back in the game and try to win it. You have plenty of game left to do that. But more importantly, guys need to get on track. And so these at-bats that they're going to have the rest of the way, regardless of the score, are important.
Ground ball. Figgy with a backhanded stop gets up, and he gets Rivera at first base. So 2 down for the Angels. And so far right now, Colomé starting to slow down the Angels' bats, at least tonight. They were struggling over the last 7 games, which have gone 0-7.
And I think you would agree with me on Colomé. If he can consistently stay in the strike zone, he's going to have success because he has a plus fastball. He's 96, 97 miles an hour. That's not easy to hit, but you have to make the guy swing the bats.
So 2 down, and here's second baseman Howie Kendrick. 0-1. Kendrick with an opposite field home run to right field off of Felix Hernandez in the 4th inning. His 2nd home run of the year. He had 10 home runs last year. Tough night for Felix. He'll figure it out. That's for
it happens.
Sure. Out of play, and the count is 0-2. And the other thing is that pitching coach Rick Adair is so good at working with these guys, and when things start to go a little bit off, I mean, Rick is right there to take a look at the video, sit down, talk with everybody, working with Carl Hamilton, the video coordinator. They'll get it straightened out.
The best video coordinator
in the world.
Right.
Blown outside on Kendrick for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carl Hamilton is the guy that, one of the first guys to get it going as far as video coordinators and videotaping and taking a look at hitters at bats, pitchers working, and he was there at the outset.
Give you an idea how long he's been doing it. He was doing it when I was there. I spent many hours in the video room with Carl.
He was there when they invented radio.
I'm sure.
Yeah. 2-2 the count on Kendrick.
I bet he's been busy lately, though.
He really has. Carl does a super job, and the Video Coordinator of the Year award
is named after
Carl. That's right. Two outs, nobody on. Fly ball, shallow down the right field line. Eacher on the run, can't get there, but it's a foul ball. Just fouled down the right field side, and the count is still even on Kendrick at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tonight's attendance 37,602, including that youngster right there. Welcome to Safeco Field. Out to the ballpark with his dad. Eight nothing Angels. Swing and a miss, and he got him. Strike 3. 3 up and 3 down for the Angels here in the top of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Angels lead 8-0. Welcome back to Safeco Field. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. The Mariners down 8-0, and designated hitter Ken Griffey Jr. will lead it off against Jared Weaver. Jr. 0 for 1 has popped up to Ibar, the shortstop. He takes down and away for ball one. Weaver has retired the last 11 in a row. He got Ichiro to line out to Weaver. He was able to knock it down and get Ichiro in the first inning. Fouled back by Jr. The count is even at 1-1. And then he walked Sean Figgins. Figgy stole second, was stranded at second base. That going on. 11 in a row set down by Mr. Weaver. Mariners still looking for their first hit. Down and in, ball two, 2-1. Junior would love to lean into a fastball right here, Blue.
About due for a home run, right?
Yep. Off speed pitch, change down and in, ball 3-1. And Mike, he's seen a lot of change up, slow breaking pitches in the first month plus. Ground ball fouled away in front of first base coach Lee Tinsley. Full count 3-2 on Griffey. Tonight is Ken Griffey Jr. bobblehead night, depicting that fabulous, famous slide across home plate as the Mariners beat the Yankees in Game 5 in the bottom of the 11th inning on Edgar's double. And the partner right here was there, played a big role in the success. Mike in 1995. Fouled away behind the screen, and the count is still 3-2 on Junior. And if you take a look at the bobblehead that the fans are getting tonight, 30,000 bobbleheads, there's a picture of you and all the other guys busting out of the dugout when Junior made that slide.
Just cheering hard, right?
Foul ball to Howie Kendrick deep at second base. One out for the Mariners here in the bottom of the fifth inning. And here it is. There's a look at the bobblehead, and in the background there's the picture of you guys coming out of the dugout. There's Bob Walcott jumping high in the air, and right behind Junior, right there underneath his left armpit, that's you, Blow. Right there coming out of the dugout.
Yeah.
You look great there.
Thanks.
There's the slide. And then the endearing photo after the slide, feet first slide, he rolled over onto his belly to protect himself.
He had the plates in his wrist at the time and didn't want to hurt himself. So he knew we were coming. He was laughing about it, but
he knew it.
With everything that was going on, I thought that was pretty good for him to protect that wrist, and I'm glad that he did. But I thought that was pretty good. And I said it last night. It's my favorite bobblehead.
Oh, absolutely. Jose Lopez fouls one away. Inside for ball one, 1-1 the count. Junior had that plate put in.
That was ugly when he came back. His wrist was swollen. I can't remember how many, but it was not a good looking thing.
Down the line, backhanded by Brandon Wood. Long throw to first, and he gets Lopez for the second out of the inning, and that is 13 in a row retired by Jared Weaver. 2 outs, 8-0 Angels. He came back in August in time to hit that big home run off of John Wetland, then of the Yankees. Skipper Don Wakamatsu, Blow, trying to get this thing turned around. Man, it's been frustrating.
This game will test you, Rick.
Big time. Here's shortstop Josh Wilson. A little slider for a strike, and the count is 0-1. What in the world was going on in the dugout when Edgar hit that double down the left field line? Joey Cora scored from third. Junior scored from first base, flying around third base.
I think, first of all, all of us were confident with Edgar up there that he was going to get Joey in to tie the game. Mm-hmm. That's kind of where we're all sitting there going, we're in pretty good shape to tie this game. We still have a chance.
Nobody out.
Right. And for him to, when Edgar hit the ball in the corner, even better. Now Junior's going to end up at third, still nobody out.
Mm-hmm.
But the neat thing in the Kingdome, because our dugout was right there at field level, you could see everything just perfect. And watching Junior fly around, there was no question. He was not even thinking about stopping on that. And this is double down the left field line.
Right.
So he really brought the mail home, and it was awesome.
Third base coach Sammy Perlazzo waved him in. Junior's feet never touched the ground, and a swing and a miss by Josh Wilson for strike 3. 13 in a row retired by Jared Weaver. And the Mariners are still looking for their first hit tonight after 5 Angels lead 8-0. All right, Angie, a Mundo crowd here at Safeco Field, 37,000 plus, 8-0 Angels. As we head to the top half of the 6th inning, leading it off Brandon Wood. And he takes down an in for ball 1. And Mr. Wood has some pretty big shoes to fill over there at third base. Sean Figgins did a great job there for years with the Angels. Now Mariners starting second baseman.
But Brandon has been the prospect for a number of years for them. Put up some big numbers in the minor leagues, power numbers in the minor leagues, and it's just time for him to get a shot.
An opportunity.
Struggling early here in the season, but I think what we've seen him play a bunch of different positions as kind of a utility guy over the years. He does a nice job with the glove. Get a chance to swing the bat.
Up and in from Jesus Colome for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. But this is a great opportunity to finally get a chance to play every day. And Mike, that's got to give you some confidence, because, you know, when you're up and down, and now you got a situation where you know you're going to be in the lineup if you go 0 for 4. You're going to be in the lineup the next day. Pop up, shallow left field. Josh Wilson going back. Coming in is Saunders, and it's going to be Michael Saunders who calls off Josh and makes the catch. 1 out for the Angels here in the 6th inning.
Well, it does, but I think for any young player, when you feel like you're being given that opportunity, I think you put pressure on yourself. You know, 1, can I really do this? And then 2, when things don't go well, you put the pressure on how long are they going to stay with me? Can I really play here? You know, all those things kind of go through your mind, and you have to deal with them.
Brings up catcher Ryan Buddy, last time up. His first home run of the big leagues. 3 home runs for the Angels in that 4th inning.
And I think that's the reason why a lot of the times guys have to go up and down a couple of different times before they finally figure that out. And the Mariners have a guy in Michael Saunders out in left field going through the same thing. Had an opportunity last year to play on a regular basis. Started off doing okay, and then the league kind of figured some things out, and he struggled with it. Had to go out, worked on it this winter. Went into spring training, had a good job, and now here he is back in the big leagues, and hopefully things will go better for him this next time around, because you always think about that time that you had up there. Even when you're back down in the minor leagues, you think about what were they doing? Why did I struggle? I've had success down here. I should be able to do it up there. All those things make a difference. So hopefully for Michael that'll be the case and things will work out for him.
How much faster is the game up here?
Quite a bit faster.
Because you hear that from, you know, young guys. I heard it from you. I mean, the pitching, the way the game is played. Strike through.
Colome is really throwing the ball around. I think there's a bunch of things that happen up here. Rick. You have advanced scouting reports. They pitch you a certain way. They defend you a different way. You have the best defenders playing in the major leagues. So the holes are a lot smaller to get your base hits in. I mean, just everything changes. And then, of course, on top of everything else, nice night here tonight. 40,000 people you're playing in front of.
Oh, yeah.
And
Triple Deck Stadium.
Yep. And people are going to write about it. You and I are going to talk about it. It changes everything.
Big time. Here is Eric Ibar. We just saw his brother Willie Ibar with the Tampa Bay Rays. And he takes inside for ball one. And of course, I think the biggest adjustment has to be, the pitchers that you're facing. I mean, you're facing quality pitching when you get here that can control the fastball, the breaking ball, and the changeup most every night.
Well, I mean, a lot of the times there is the exception, the guys that are that much more talented than everybody else. But for the most part, you're in AAA and you're playing against Phoenix, and you got their number one. When that guy gets to the big leagues, he's probably sitting out in the bullpen up here.
Mm-hmm. The 2-0 from Calabay, swung on, pop up, foul, third base side, and Jose Lopez over to take a look, but this is back up into the seats and on a plate. It's 2-1 on Eric Ibar. 8-0 Angels. Mike, you originally with the Expos organization, traded away to the Yankees. Got your first hit in the Kingdom off of Jerry Reed of the Mariners.
Good memory, Rick.
Oh, it was a shot to left field. It was. And you had another base hit in that game. Up and away for ball 3, 3-1. When did you start to feel comfortable, if that's the right word, or felt like, okay, I belong here?
1993, when I was traded over to Seattle. And I had an opportunity to play just what you're talking about after I'd been set up and down a couple of times. And Edgar ended up getting hurt. It was unfortunate for him and the Mariners, but it gave me an opportunity to play, and I knew there was nobody else to go out there until Edgar was ready to go again. And so it gave me a chance to play, and I think sometimes you have to have some success to gain that confidence, and I was able to do that. I ended up getting off to a pretty good start that year, and things worked out. And I think that's the way it works for a lot of guys. You finally get that shot, maybe it's your second or third time through, but all of a sudden things start to go well for you, and you gain confidence.
3-2. That's fouled out of play down the left field side.
But, you go through those things. We were talking about Ackley earlier, off to a really slow start this year. Everybody knows he's going to hit. You look at that kid in the batting cage and watch him swing a bat. He's going to hit. But you have to go through the process, Rick. Double A is a lot.
That's a tough league.
That's a tough league, and it's a big jump from college.
A lot of your prospects are at Double A. I mean, he bypassed, of course, the rookie league and a couple of A-ball teams. A lot of clubs have their prospects at Double A. Of course, there's prospects at Triple A as well down in Tacoma. But that's a pretty good jump. Those 17-hour bus rides are kind of fun too.
Don't miss those at all.
Oh man, Memphis to Orlando. That was a beauty. But you know what? That's part of the process, the maturation process, riding those buses. And you know what? In its own way, it's fun because you guys are all together. I spent 8 years broadcasting in the minor leagues. You spent your share of time in the minor leagues. It's just
at the time you're a young man and you're playing baseball.
You're
pretty good.
It.
That's right.
It's
pretty
not
good.
bad. Trying to eat on $7.50 a day meal money, that's kind of rough, but you do it. You find a way. The payoff pitch to Ibar, and that's down and in for ball 4. So Ibar walks for the third time tonight, and that's the second walk given up by Jesus Calame. 1 on with 2 away. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Greg Grizz along with Mike Blowers, our associate director Robbie Nielsen up here in the booth. Here is Bobby Abreu, 1 for 3, singled, scored a run in the first inning. Ball 1. Time is called. Pitching coach Rick Adair heading out to the mound to have a talk with Colomé. And Mike Colomé certainly has done his job. He has slowed down the Angels after they got the 8 runs off of Felix.
Well, he's pitched well, but I don't know why after he was able to get the strikeout for the second out in the inning, a little bit off track. Maybe it's just eyebarred it on. He's walked 3 times in the game, but Rick Adair is going to go out and have a conversation with him and try to get him back online and throw strikes.
Guarantee you, Colomé will throw a strike right here. It seems like every time Rick goes out there, he can see what's going on, fix it.
He's really good.
And boom, get the guy back on track. Rick Adair pitched for 7 years in the Mariners organization. This guy can hit. Bobby Abreu, dangerous. 4 home runs on the year. Down and away. That's ball 2. Abreu, another guy that will work the count. And there's a strike, and the count is now 2-1. Angels started off this road trip in Detroit. They were swept in a 3-game series by the Tigers. Went to Boston, where they were swept in a 4-game series. They lost 11-6 last night. They didn't fly out of Boston until about 12:30 last night. Got into Seattle at 4:15 in the morning. Outside, ball 3, 3-1. They've got to be a little bit tired. On deck is Toy Hunter. Unsaddle up and play tonight. Mariners have done that, though, a number of times down through the years, coming from the East Coast to the West Coast.
We talked about it on the radio in the pregame, and the thing that my experience is, it's usually the second night in town.
It hits you.
Yeah.
Strike. Bobby Abreu thought it was going to be ball 4. Full count instead. 3-2. But again, Mike, it's just one of those things. Hey, it's part of the schedule. You just do it. 1 out and 2 outs. Eric Aybar on at first base. He'll be taken off with his pitch from Colomé. There he goes. Fouled on a play on the third base side. Still 3-2.
Not much of a swing from
no.
Abreu.
Just kind of swatted it away.
You think on a 3-2 count, I would guess 99% of the time it's going to be a fastball from Colomé. I was like surprised by it.
Aybar first. There he goes. Fly ball center field. Backing up Franklin Gutierrez, who's there, waits, and he makes the catch for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Angels lead 8-0. Coors Light Freeze Can. Some snapshots from Safeco Field tonight. Angels lead by a score of 8-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Mariners are still looking for their first hit off of Jared Weaver. Rob Johnson leads it off and takes a strike. 0-1. Weaver has retired 14 in a row after a one-out walk to Sean Figgins in the bottom of the 1st inning. Man, has he been tough. Fastball is up and away. Ball 1-1-1. Rob 0 for 1 has popped up to the catcher Ryan Buddy. Ball 2. Weaver's last start lasted only 4 2/3 innings and lost in Detroit 5-1. 74 pitches. We got 50 strikes. 2-2 on Johnson. That's a look at our Mercedes-Benz pitch count. Fastball got him looking. Rob Johnson down on strike. Strikeout number 5 for Jared Weaver. Fastball down around the knees, and that is 15 in a row retired by Weaver. 5 outs on the ground, 6 in the air, 5 strikeouts. 1th by land, 2th by sea. Paul Revere. Here's Michael Saunders. Bounces one foul along the first base line, and the count is 0-1. The Angels are coming. 8 runs on 5 hits for the Angels. Saunders 0 for 1. His first game since his call up from Tacoma. Way on in front of that pitch, and the count is 0-2 on Michael. Milton Bradley was placed on the restricted list. He'll have to be on the restricted list for at least 5 days, and maybe longer as Milton takes care of some personal issues. So the Mariners have called up Saunders from Tacoma. Joined the ball club before the game last night. The pride of Victoria, British Columbia. Up and in, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Talked about Weaver's start his rookie year in 2006 when he was 11-2. He began that year 9-0, and that tied the American League rookie record that was set by Whitey Ford back in 1950. The 9-0 start. Breaking ball is down and in. Full count, 3-2.
That was Brandon Lee getting loose out in the bullpen. Brandon's going to get a little work tonight.
Ichiro on deck. 1 out, nobody on. Only 1 base runner for the Mariners tonight. That was the Figgins walk in the first. Up and away, the Mariners have their second base runner, and it's a walk to Michael Saunders. So 1 on and 1 away. The Mariners have a lot of wood to chop, down 8-0. Brings up Ichiro. Let's take a look at our Quest High Speed pitch, brought to you by Quest High Speed Internet. Jesus Calame, his fastball at 98. Jared Weaver's fastball topping off at 94.
Talking about the Mariners getting no hit so far in this ball game. How about the first at bat of the game for the Mariners? And Ichiro hits a bullet back up the middle and ended up hitting Weaver by accident. And he ended up throwing him out, but that was the hardest ball that we've seen hit so far.
That would have been a base hit.
It would have been a base hit.
And here he is again. Ichiro is 0 for 2 on the night now. Off speed breaking ball, and the count is 0-1. The Ichi meter. 37 base hits on the year. He's over the last 21 games. Ichiro is hitting .358.
314 as he steps in right here.
11 hits off of Weaver in his career, one of them a home run. Up and in, ball one, 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's a look, Mike, at Ichiro's hit zone. Look at that, up and away, 556. Down and away, 467.
Pretty much everywhere on there.
And he can do that, but that time he gets underneath it and pops it foul behind home plate and out of play, and it's 1-2. Weaver, first round draft pick in June of 04 by the Angels out of Long Beach State. And at that time, they were turning out a lot of future major leaguers. Time is called as Buddy heads out to the mound. Out of Long Beach State, you had Jared Weaver, Evan Longoria, who the Mariners just saw, the third baseman for Tampa Bay, Troy Tulowitzki, the shortstop for the Rockies, and this guy right here, Jason Vargas, out of Long Beach State. Jason also hit. He was a designated hitter.
Jeremy Rico there?
I'm not sure.
He won it.
Yes, he did. He was.
He was roommates with Tulowitzki or something.
Dirtbag.
Right? Yeah,
the Dirtbags. Right. Swing and a miss by Ichiro for strike 3. So 2 outs in the inning. Strikeout number 6 for Jared Weaver. 2 down.
Yeah, it's a breaking ball down in the dirt. Ichiro swings over the top of it. Pitch bounced about a foot out in front of home plate.
The Mariners still searching for that first hit. And here is second baseman Sean Figgins. Figgy walked, stole second, stranded at second in the first. And he's also flied out to center fielder Toy Hunter. Hunter is way over there in the left center field. 1-1 on Figgy. This guy's going to hit. Hit 298 last year with the Angels. Stole 42 bases. A career 291 hitter. Curved down and away. Took a lot off of it. Ball 1 ball. And 2 strikes.
We haven't seen Weaver double up too many pitches in this game. There's a lot of confidence in his breaking ball and his changeup. His fastball is thrown to both sides of the plate. But you haven't seen him double up a pitch in the same spot 2 times in a row in this game so far, and it makes it difficult as a hitter to try to pick an area.
Ground ball, sliding stop to his right by Kendry Morales, goes back to the bag for the out on Figgins. 3 unassisted. That will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one man left on. Nice play by Kendry Morales. And after 6 innings of play, Angels lead it. First inning and see who's enjoying the game tonight here at Safeco Field. A lot of folks out there in the left center field landing. Welcome to the ballpark tonight. Hoping that the Mariners can get something going. And there's the bad dancer out there.
I think that might be his first appearance of the year.
He's back. Rob Rifton. The bad dancer. Mike, you can dance like that, can't you?
Oh, I'm definitely worse than that.
No way. Really? Actually, Robbie's pretty good. He does a nice job. Gets all the fans fired up out there. Don't hurt yourself, Rob. Sometimes he brings his daughter out with him. All right, we go to the top half of the seventh inning. We got a new pitcher. Brandon League takes over in relief, delivers down and away to Torrey Hunter. Ball 1 the count. Hard throwing right-hander. Brandon League. One hopper back to the mound and a nice stop by League. Soft toss to Kochman at first base to get Torrey Hunter. 1 out.
See the numbers for Brandon. ERA, nice shape at a 2.4. 15 innings, 7 strikeouts. Opponent's average just 267.
Well, nice job by Jesus Colomé.
Yeah, it was a nice outing for him. He had something to build off on that. Good chance to pitch and did well.
No runs, no hits. Struck out 3. Ball 1 the count. How about this guy, Mike Kendry Morales? He got an opportunity to play every day last year. Responded at 306, 34 home runs, 108 runs batted in when the Angels didn't re-sign Mark Teixeira.
Yeah.
I said, Kendry, you got the job. Go get him. And man,
he put up some nice numbers, and the Angels saved a lot of money.
Yeah, 6 home runs this year, and now 21 runs batted in. He had a 3-run double in the top of the first inning off of Felix. Angels scored 4 runs in the first and 4 more runs in the fourth. And the tie for ball 4. So Kendry Morales with a walk, 1 on and 1 away. Say, join us for the first U.S. Bank Mariner matinee of the season on Thursday, May 20th, when the Mariners meet the Toronto Blue Jays at a special start time of 12:40. It's the perfect excuse for a 9-inning lunch at the ballpark. For tickets, visit mariners.com. U.S. Bank Mariner matinee. 1 on, 1 out for designated hitter Hideki Matsui. Matsui 0 for 2 on the night. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Says the home plate umpire, Lance Barksdale. Mike, you spent a season over in Japan, and say what year was that? 99?
99.
99?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I was over there, played for the Hanshin Tigers.
Matsui fouls 1 away, and the count is 0-2. Did you run into this guy? Or was
yeah, no, he played for the Tokyo Giants. He was the big star over there at that time, for good reason. He's done pretty well over here.
Isn't not too shabby when he signed with the Yankees years ago. Now an Angel.
I think when I played against him, he was actually a center field.
Got him swinging.
He's struggling now, though.
Second time that Matsui has struck out. First strikeout for Brandon League. 2 outs for the Angels.
Take a look at it. Looks like a split way out in front. You can see the movement on that pitch. It's looking to start in the middle of the plate, and by the time Rob was able to catch it, it was about a foot off the plate away. Nice pitch.
When's the first time you saw a splitter?
Oh.
This is Juan Rivera. It was 1 for 2 with a home run and 3 runs batted in. Sacrifice fly in the first, home run in the fourth, bounced out to Figgy in the fifth. Remember Jack Morris threw
there you go
fork ball, which is a splitter.
Yeah, and I remember when he was with the Tigers the first time I faced him. It's pretty much all I did. He punched me out 3 times looking.
That guy's eventually got to get to the Hall of Fame.
I would agree.
By Rivera. I've got one criteria, Mike, for the Hall of Fame. Were you the dominant player at your position during the decade in which you played. Dominant player at your position during the decade in which you played, because the numbers are going to be there. And Jack Morris, to me,
so then Edgar's
was
in.
that guy. Edgar's in for me. Absolutely. 1 on 2 outs. The 0-2. Check swing. Down low. Ball 1. 1 ball 2 strikes. But Jack Morris, I thought he sealed the deal in 1991 in the World Series for Minnesota, pitching 10 innings of shutout baseball. Game 7 won 1-0 against the Atlanta Braves. Boom. I thought, done deal. He's in. He was the best pitcher in the 80s when he was with the Tigers. Helped the Tigers win a World Series in 1984. Robbie Johnson knocks it down. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rivera 25 home runs last season. He now has 4 this year. Chopper, left side of the infield, charging Jose Lopez. The throw to first in time to get Juan Rivera for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on for the Angels. 7th inning stretch time after 6.5. Angels lead 8-0. Ichiro leading things off. He hits a rocket right back at Weaver. A breaking ball off his glove, though. Jared was able to recover, fired over to the first baseman Morales for the out. And then in the 6th inning, Sean Piggett's ground ball wide of first. Diving stop by Morales, takes it back to the bag. And Jared Weaver has yet to give up a hit through 6 innings of work. Bottom of the 7th inning, and leading it off is first baseman Casey Kochman. Ball 1 to count. Casey has struck out. He's also grounded out to Eric Ibar, the shortstop. Check swing fouled away, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. A couple of nights ago, Scott Olson of the Washington Nationals had a no-hitter for 7 1/3 innings. Valdo Jimenez threw a no-hitter early this year for the Colorado Rockies. Ground ball. This one an easy hop for Morales, and he'll take it to the bag for the out. And Casey Kochman, 1 out for the Mariners here in the bottom of inning number 7. And that'll bring up center fielder Franklin Gutierrez. A couple of Mariner pitchers down through the years have thrown a no-hitter. Randy Johnson back in 1990 against the Detroit Tigers. In 1993, Mike Lowers, Chris Bosio, Boston. How about Omar Vizquel recording the final out with a barehanded stab between the mound and second base? to get Ernie Riles for the final out of the game.
It's always been a fairly confident shortstop.
A no-hitter on the line, 2 outs, top of the 9th inning, barehands the ball. Best defensive shortstop I've seen. Has the best fielding percentage of any shortstop in Major League history. 7 outs to the ground, 6 in the air, 6 strikeouts for Mr. Weaver. A strike on Franklin Gutierrez, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And you can see, even with those 2 pitches, he misses with one. Way inside, comes right back with a perfect pitch on the outside corner, and that's pretty much what he's done the entire game.
Night, yeah. But what does that do for a hitter? You can't look in any one location. He's going back and forth.
Well, what it does is it limits the amount of opportunities you're going to have in a location that you're looking at. You know, I mean, pitchers, they fall into patterns. Hitters are always looking for patterns. You know, what's he doing out there? Where's he throwing? Where's he trying to get us out? He's mixed it up brilliantly tonight. And he's had the command to do just that. He falls back behind 2-1. He's just not going to serve up a fastball tonight. He can throw a breaking ball down in the zone. He's been taking a little bit off of his breaking ball, adding a little bit on, bouncing it when he wants to. It's been a clinic tonight watching him pitch.
He threw one slow curveball about 73 miles an hour. His
71 was the low tonight for him on a breaking ball.
And his fastball is up to 92 to 94. And it's right there on the outside corner. 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Franklin Gutierrez disagrees with home plate umpire Lance Barksdale, but it is strike 3 called. Strikeout number 7.
Well,
for Weaver.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. You take a look at this last pitch. Right on the outside corner.
Right there.
He's going to get that one. And as this game has progressed and he's shown that he's able to do that, he'll probably even get some calls off the plate because he's been so consistent with what he's doing tonight. 2 walks for him, 7 strikeouts.
Here's designated hitter Ken Griffey Jr. Strike 0-1.
The other thing, too, his fastball is, let's call it an average 90-mile-an-hour fastball. With all the slow stuff that he's able to throw up there, he's putting some miles per hour on his fastball, at least the way it appears. There you go.
And there's the first base hit of the ball game. Ken Griffey Jr. with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Hot shot ground ball into right field. Hit number 1 for the Mariners tonight off of Jared Weaver. What a night for Weaver.
Take a look at the swing by Ken Griffey Jr. He's been squaring the ball up quite a bit the last week or so. Hits it perfectly right in the hole, hits it hard.
A no-hitter for 6 2/3. We've had a number of pitchers, Mike. Those 6 innings, 7 innings, a little more than 7 innings of no-hit baseball. Jimenez had the 1 no-hitter on the season. So tough to do that, and the Mariners finally get their first hit with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Down 8-0. Lopez ground ball to short eyeball. Over to second for the force on Griffey, and that will end the inning in a hurry after the 1 hit by Junior. No runs, 1 hit. That has been it. 1 man left on after 7 innings of play. Angels lead it 8-0 with Kanakoa. Chicago Cubs. Angels lead it by a score of 8-0 as we head to the top half of the 8th inning. Mariners finally get their first hit of the game. 2-out single by Junior in the bottom of the 7th. The new pitcher, right-hander Kaneko Teixeira.
Take a look at the numbers for Teixeira. ERA starting to come down for him. 4.35, 10 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts. He really had a nice spring training, didn't he, Rick?
Really
kind of one of those guys on the outside looking in. Not many people knew who he was. Ends up making the ball club. And I think his first couple outings were a little rough. But is he already coming down? Yeah. Down to a 4.35 now.
Rule 5 draft pick, got a chance. He was at AA Trenton last year in the Yankees organization. So he replaces Brandon Lee. Howie Kendrick to lead off the top half of the 8th inning. Ground ball. Josh Wilson scoops it up, throws the first, got him, 1 pitch and 1 away. Brings up third baseman Brandon Wood. Say summer is just around the corner. Friday, May 21st, the Mariners open up interleague play with the Padres, and the first 20,000 fans can ring in the warmer weather the right way with their very own Mariners beach towel. For tickets to Mariners Beach Towel Night, visit mariners.com. Say warmer weather the right way 10 times. Brandon Wood, the hitter, 0 for 3 on the night. No strike, 0-1. Brandon Lee, scoreless 7th inning for the Mariners in relief. He's from Maui. Teixeira is from Maui. Fly ball, center field. Franklin Gutierrez coasting to his left and makes a catch. Wood is out number 2. 2 down for the Angels. Brings up catcher Ryan Buddy. That's always a great story, Mike, when you see a Rule 5 kid stick around, make the club. If he doesn't make it, he's got to be offered back to his former ball club for $25,000. But
I wonder over the course of time when they've had the Rule 5, how many of those guys have actually worked out for that organization that is playing it. I can't think of too many.
No, it doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't happen very often.
In 2001, the Mariners had Luis Ugueta.
That's right.
Lou couldn't even remember his name. He was always the Rule 5 guy.
Rule 5 guy. That's right.
He said, where's the Rule 5 guy?
Fernando Vina.
Fernando Vina, yeah. 1-1 the count on Ryan Buddy. A home run, his first of the big leagues. 2 at-bats ago in the 4th inning. All Angels tonight, 8 runs, 5 hits. They've capitalized on 7 walks. 1, 2, 3 walks have come around the score. 3 home runs back in the 4th inning. Rivera, Kendrick, and Buddy. Swinging a miss. 2-2. Two on the way. Ball 3. Full count. Angels during their 7-game losing skid hitting .230 as a team. Last time they lost 7 in a row was back in September of 2001. Socha's second year as manager, and a swing and a miss by Ryan Buddy for strike 3. So a nice job by Kaneko Teixeira. 1-2-3s. The Angels in the top half of the 8th. After 7.5, Angels lead 8-0.
Brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. The Tracer system uses 3 cameras to track every pitch. Graphical enhancements have been added to the EQC Tracer this season to give you more information and insight into the game.
Mariners baseball is brought to you by Sterling Savings Bank. As we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning, the Angels lead it by a score of 8-0. Josh Wilson to lead things off with a strike 0-1. Rick Riz along with Mike Blowers. Our associate director up here, Robbie Nielsen. Josh 0 for 2 is fanned a couple of times by Weaver. Up and away, a fastball, ball 1 ball and 1 strike. But I've always liked this kid. He was with 3 teams last year, Mike. With the Diamondbacks, the San Diego Padres, and with the Mariners last season. In front of a change and played well.
No, he played well. 3 home runs with the Mariners last year in limited time. Did a nice job defensively.
Seems like Josh down through the years has always been that 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th guy. He said, always that guy, trying to make the ball club, but he's always available right there at AAA if you need him. Up and away.
And they needed him, and he was doing a nice job. He's hit 333 down there.
12 doubles. On deck for the Mariners, Rob Johnson. And it's inside for ball 4. So Josh Wilson with a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Walk number 3 given up by Jared Weaver.
Weaver 106 pitches for the night, 69 of them for strikes.
Brings up catcher Rob Johnson. Man, has he been tough.
Take a look at it. 61% fastballs, a lot of breaking balls.
A little bit off speed. Rob Johnson is hitless in 2 tries. And he pops one up behind home plate, throwing out of play. No chance for the catcher, Buddy. And the count is 0-1 on Rob. Mariners were 9-10 against the Angels last season. The last time they had a winning record against the Angels was back in 2003 when they were 11-8. This franchise has been doing a lot of winning. They've been the dominant ball club in the American League West. Get to the playoffs, they just can't seem to get by the Yankees. However, in 2002 they won it all in a 7-game series as they beat the San Francisco Giants. It was their first title in 41 years. They were an expansion ball club back in 1961. Slider down and away, or the curveball, and the count 1-2 on Johnson. Outside, ball 2.
Tampa Bay looks like they're rolling along. Down in Oakland tonight, they're winning 3-1 in the 9th inning. So
that's good.
What are they now? That's going to make them 13-1, something like that.
On the road.
Yeah.
As he swept the Mariners in a 3-game series. Ground ball down the third base side near the back. Brandon Wood, the throw to second base, and it's in time for the force there on Josh Wilson. One away. Howie Kendrick taking that throw. Nice play by Wood at third. 1 on and 1 away. How about Jamie Moyer at the ripe old age of 47, throwing a 2-hit shutout tonight for the Philadelphia Phillies. That's our look at our U.S. Marine Corps leaders of the game. Jamie Moyer, 2-hit shutout, the oldest player in Major League history to throw a shutout. How about that? Surpasses Phil Niekro for the oldest. Niekro was 46 years of age when he threw a shutout. Michael Saunders With a strike 0-1. He just keeps moving along.
Curtis just told me that we passed Robin Roberts on the strikeout list.
47 years of age. And swing and a miss by Saunders, and the count is 0-2. And years ago, many years ago, so take a look at Scott Shields down in the Angels bullpen. The Chicago Cubs wanted Jamie to end his playing career and become a coach in their organization. Jamie said, no, I'm not ready to hang him up. I still can pitch. High to Saunders for ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Saunders 0 for 1 on the night. Strikeout and a walk. Fouls one away, and the count is still 1-2 on Saunders. Chris, our outstanding statistician up here in the booth, just told us that Tampa Bay is now 12-1 on the road this year. Well hit down the right field line, and this one is going to be a foul ball. In toward the corner, but foul. Well hit by Saunders, and the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. The 12-1 record, that's the best road record to start the season since the '84 Tigers started 12-1. Here's that swing by Saunders, Michael. Hard hit, but foul.
Well, the '84 Tigers end up.
They won it all that year. In 5 games, they beat the San Diego Padres, led by Sparky Anderson. Spent 3 years with Sparky in Detroit, 92 and 93 and 94. He took over the Tigers in 1979, coming over from the Big Red Machine, and proclaimed when he got the job in '79, we're going to win the World Series in 5 years. Sure enough, they did in 1984 in 5 years. And I asked Sparky, I said, why in the world would you do that? Why would you say something like that? Say, we're going to win it in 5 years. All of it. He said, Ricky, my boy, he said, if I didn't win in 5 years, I was a goner anyway. Well hit to right field down the line, and that's going to be a fair ball in toward the corner. Extra bases for Saunders. Around the third goes Johnson. The throw in gets away from Morales. And sliding for it, making the stop is the catcher, Ryan Buddy. Johnson holding it third on the double down the right field line by Michael Saunders. 2 on. In 1 inning for the first time for the Mariners tonight against Jared Weaver, and Michael Saunders with his first hit this year.
And Saunders, nice at bat, battled the whole time, hits the ball hard out on the right field corner.
And manager Mike Scioscia coming out of the dugout. That's going to be it for Jared Weaver tonight. Weaver, an outstanding performance, going 7 1/3 innings, and he threw 118 pitches. 8-0 Angels lead. They make a pitching change. We'll be back after this timeout. Angie, thank you. The Angels lead by a score of 8-0. The Mariners are threatening to get one across here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They've got runners on at second and third with one out. And the new pitcher for the Angels, veteran right-hander Scott Shields. Blow.
Numbers for Shields. High ERA. He has clearly struggled so far. 10 bases on balls in 7 2/3 innings. The opponent's average 343.
Face Ichiro.
He has been a really good pitcher for the Angels over a lot of years, but this year has been a real struggle for him.
On at third, Rob Johnson. Michael Saunders on at second base. One out. And Ichiro takes a look at a strike 0-1. Story tonight, Jared Weaver, 7 1/3 innings, gave up only 2 hits. A 2-out single by Junior in the bottom of the 7th, and now a 1-out double by Michael Saunders here in the 8th. 0 for 3 on the night, Ichiro. And it's 0-2 the count. Infielders back with an 8-0 lead late in the game. And a swing and a miss by Ichiro, trying to golf one and a pitch in the dirt, knocking it down. Ryan Buddy for strike 3, and that is out number 2. Well, time now for our Jack in the Box in-game box score. And here it is. Ichiro is now 0 for 4 after that strikeout. You can see the only 2 hits, Junior single and Michael Saunders double, Mike, and that is it.
Well, you mentioned it, Jared Weaver on top of his game tonight. 7 strikeouts for Weaver.
2 on and 2 outs for second baseman Sean Figgins. 0-1. Out of play behind home plate, and it's 0-2. Here are the numbers for Jared Weaver. What a night.
118 pitches, 78 of them for strikes.
Both runners here in the 8th inning belong to Weaver. Up and in as Figgy turns away from ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's Johnson on at third. Michael Saunders is the runner at second base. Little pop up left side of the infield. Eric Ibar, the shortstop, at the cut of the grass and shallow left, is there to make the catch, and that will end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left on. We go to the top half of the 9th. Angels lead it 8-0. Tonight here at Safeco Field, we go to the top half of the ninth inning. All Angels tonight. They lead it 8-0. Eric Ibar to lead things off against Kaneko Teixeira, who had a 1-2-3 top of the eighth inning. Ground ball over to Figgy at second base. One pitch and one out for the Angels here in the ninth inning. And they'll bring up right fielder Bobby Abreu. Angels tonight jumping on starting pitcher Felix Hernandez early in this one. 4 runs in the first, and they get 4 runs off of Felix in the fourth inning. One of the roughest outings we've seen for Felix in a long time. He'll bounce back. Abreu singled and scored one of the 4 runs for the Angels in that first inning. And 3 times has flied out to Gutierrez in center field. Yankees win tonight in Boston 10-3. Boston just sweeping the Angels in a 4-game series. Texas winning at home 4-1 against Kansas City. Toronto winning in Chicago 7-4. Tampa Bay leading the A's down in Oakland 4-1. That came in the bottom of the ninth inning. Last try for the Athletics. And the West wide open. Strike on Abreu. 2-1. At the knees for a strike, and the count goes to 2-2. Right there, the shortstop Josh Wilson knew the bag, and he guns out Abreu at first base. 2 outs for the Angels here in the top half of the ninth inning. 8-0 Angels. So they get an all-access look at Ichiro, Griffey, and the rest of the ball club as they tune up the bats before tomorrow's matchup with the Angels. It's the return of Mariners BP tomorrow at 5:30 on FSN and FSN HD. Look at batting practice. Michael Ryan out to pinch hit for the Angels for Torrey Hunter. So this is Michael Ryan. Oh, 1. Angels 8 runs, only 5 hits, but man, they made them count. 3-run double by Kendry Morales, 2-run home run by Juan Rivera, solo home runs by Kendrick and Buddy. Down and in the dirt, gets on by the catcher Rob Johnson on the way to the backstop. Ball 1 ball and 1 strike. Wow, Bynum dropped out from that pitch. 1-2. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tomorrow night, Doug Fister will get the start for the Mariners. And Mike, you can't ask any more from Doug Fister. He's 2-1 with the best ERA in the American League. There he is.
1.29.
How about that? Ground ball. Casey Kotzman at first. He'll take it to the back for the out on Michael Ryan. And that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom half of the ninth. After 8.5, the Angels lead it by a score of 8-0. way to save money in your commute? Consider a Sound Transit ST Express bus. For route information, visit soundtransit.org. Bottom of the 9th. And the Mariners to set up Casey Kochman, Franklin Gutierrez, and Ken Griffey Jr. against Scott Shields, who came on for starting pitcher Jared Weaver with 1 out of the bottom of the 8th inning. Chopper, right side. Right there, Howie Kendrick to swoop, throw, and get Kochman at first base. So quickly, 1 down. Say tune in tomorrow for Pac-10 baseball featuring the Oregon State Beavers in action against the 15th ranked Oregon Ducks. Live coverage of the Civil War gets underway at 1 p.m. on FSN and FSN HD. Bring back some college memories, Mike, when you started at the University of Washington.
Had a good time there.
Had a heck of a year.
School. A lot of fun.
Won the Triple Crown. Franklin Gutierrez takes up an away ball 1. Came close to signing with the San Francisco Giants. Then ended up signing with the Montreal Expos.
Yep.
Giants were up in Bellingham, weren't they?
They were in Everett.
Yeah,
Everett. They had an A-ball team in Everett.
Rocky Bridges was the manager, right?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, although I didn't sign, one of the guys that was on that team, I believe, was Alan Cockrell.
Hitting coach for the Mariners. Goody 0 for 3 on the night. Takes down and away. Ball 3. 3-0 the count. Three and 1. Defensive changes for the Angels here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Down and away, ball 4 as Franklin Gutierrez draws a 1-out walk here in the bottom of the 9th. Michael Ryan is out in left field. Reggie Willits is now playing center field, and Rivera, who was in left, is now in right field for Bobby Abreu. A little change in the outfield for the Angels. 1 on and 1 away. And here's designated hitter Ken Griffey Jr. had the first base hit of the ball game for the Mariners with 2 outs, and that came in the bottom of the 7th inning off of Jared Weaver's solid base hit into right field. The Mariners have only 2 hits tonight. The other one belonging to Michael Saunders that doubled in the 8th. But Jared Weaver had a no-no for 6 2/3 innings. Ball 1. Ground ball hit hard to the second baseman Kendrick. Second for 1. Relay to first, and it's in time. Double play. The ball game is over. 4-6-3 double play. They get Goody at second, double up Junior at first, and the Angels shut out the Mariners tonight by a score of 8-0. Only 2 hits for the Mariners. Mariners are blanked for 2 games in a row, Mike.
This one gets away from them in a hurry tonight. They had Felix, their best pitcher, on the mound, and gives up 4 runs in the first and then 4 more in the 4th. So this one, with the Mariners' struggles offensively, just was too much for them to overcome. And you know what, Rick? You have to come back tomorrow.
Great job by Jared Weaver. Only the 2 hits this evening, and for back-to-back nights, the Mariners are blanked 8-0 last night by Tampa Bay and 8-0 tonight by the Angels, who snapped their 7-game losing streak. And for the Mariners, they have now lost 7 in a row. Let's send it to Brad. Adam. Brad.
Well, Rick, thank you very much.